Who can take your trash out? Stomp it down for you. Shake the plastic bag and do the twisty thingy too. The garbage man.
Oh, the garbage man can.
The garbage man can, and he does it with a smile and never judges you.
Who can take the sniper?
I don't mind at all.
Who can clean me up before the big policeman's ball? The garbage man!
Yes, the garbage man can.
The sanitation folks are jolly friendly blokes, courteous and easygoing. They mop up when you're overflowing and tell you when your arse is showing.
Who can?
Garbage man can. 'Cause he's Homer Simpson man.
He cleans the
world for you.
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter friends, Working Class Zero, home after his AM run. You know what I love about living here? The garbage men. I got the best garbage men. You could put anything you want. You can make it as heavy as you want. You can put as much as you want. They always take it. They always take it. Not like those prima donnas in Staten Island. Couldn't be too heavy. They'd leave it. Or if you didn't pack it right and seal it with a red bow. You know, I told the guy one morning, Luke, stay in the truck. I got it. Unbelievable. Nice. They take whatever I put out. Like my tree, this is my outside Christmas tree. I got the balls from Costco 5 years ago. I take care of them, package them right, put them in the attic. I got all kinds of colors, all shapes and sizes. I had to go on the garage roof. I got a broomstick, tied a hook to it with duct tape to hang the balls up. I got it. I do it all. Look at this. You think this is an Italian house? What do you think? And that's that. I got it. I love it here. Nobody's out. Nobody's out. I got it. Hear the echo? I got it.
Someone's got brute force.
So you put the garbage in the compost and he just let it go. He doesn't care. Oh, he's angry. There we go. He's on candid camera. Oh.
Can you just put the bin inside there?
You're now being filmed. Oh my god. It's just total sludge. Oh. 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 Yeah, it could be vomit for all we know. Oh! Oh man. That's so gross. No, forget that. Forget it. Oh my god. Oh.
We don't spend a lot of time getting ready. Like usually we come out and we'll have our tea and our breakfast and sit and chat for 15 or 20 minutes and you know, light a fire in the winter time and get the house warmed up, and I just look forward to that. I don't think I've ever woken up in a bad mood. You know what I mean? I could very easily start saying, well, you know what, the garbage stinks. I hate getting up there, jumping around in other people's garbage, you know, and in certain cases we take a little bit of abuse from people, you know. The physical aspect of it is very hard. We make crappy money. So, like I say, I could focus on the negative things and find 1,000 different things, but that kind of stuff is really contagious. She's not really as much a morning person as I am, so generally, you know, that's why I wait before I turn on the music and before I start singing and that sort of thing, because I can just see her face and gritting her teeth and what are you so happy about it, you know. You know, it's like another day. I'm alive and I'm awake and I survived. I'm a garbage man. I'm a garbage man. There's no nice way to say it. I like being called a garbage man. I'm not a sanitary engineer. I'm not a waste collector. I'm not a recycling man. I'm a garbage man. You know, meat and potatoes. That's it. And I like it when people say, "Hey, garbage man." You know, that's it. That's what I am. That's what I do. Okay, I think that's everything. All right, we're on our way. You know, most people think of it as going out to work to pick up garbage. I'm going to work to go on a sightseeing tour, and in order to pay for my gas, I have to pick up garbage. And the people that know me, you know what I mean? last Christmas, this lady brings me out a Christmas present every year. So the last year when she brought me out a Christmas present, she brought her children with her, and when she handed me the present, she told her kids, she said, "You guys take note, this is one of the most important jobs that people have. This guy, without him, we would be lost." And I thought that was such a cool thing, you know, of all things, for a mother to tell her children that being a garbage man is an important job. There was a time in my life where, you know, I was kind of negative because things had gone wrong for me. I was like everybody else, in a race to see who could accumulate the most before they died. You know, and I finally realized that that's just beating yourself over the head with a stick. But I've made some drastic changes since then. You know, I'm the kind of person that I want to be now.
New Yorkers average 6 pounds of trash apiece every day, more than twice the amount of someone in Europe or Japan. So every day, more than 27,000 tons are removed from the city. If anything happens to stop that flow, it becomes a national story.
They're parking it everywhere. They're putting it atop the skyscrapers. It's all because of the 16-day-old New York City garbage strike.
During the financial crisis of the mid-70s, the sanitation department was forced to lay off 20% of its workforce. New Yorkers complained bitterly as their city got dirtier. The sanitation men took the heat.
The people turn to us and say, you're the criminal because you're not cleaning the city properly. But what about the people who are dirtying it? What penalty do they get for dirtying the city? For dumping on New York? We're not dumping on New York, but we're the lowlife instead of those that are dirtying the city.
If there were a patron saint of sanitation, it would be Merrill Laderman Euclides. Merrill is an artist with a special interest in trash.
You can speak, you talk. I mean, what am I, the only guy around this place?
In 1978, Merrill decided to meet and thank every sanitation worker in New York City and to find out about the job.
People don't want to touch us. People don't want to touch us.
We don't make the garbage, we just pick it up. That's important, you know? People forget that. You see people carrying a bag to the truck like it was contaminated. That comes from your kitchen table.
It took Merrill over a year to meet all of the city's 8,500 sanitation workers.
Hi.
Can I shake your hand?
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
During that time, a new commissioner increased funding.
Thank you for what you're doing for us.
Employees were rehired.
I wish there were 1,000 people right there.
Equipment was upgraded. In 1983, the city had an art parade. Normally, the sanitation department would be there to clean up after. But this time, Merrill had a different idea. Maintenance art would go on parade. A mirrored garbage truck led the way. It was an honest reminder of just who was involved in this trash business. For sanitation workers, it was a new day.
I love my job, I tell you. I've had a few jobs in my lifetime, and this is about the best job anyone can ever have.
Today, Aldo D'Ambrosi and his partner John Bundiagio collect trash in Chinatown.
Chinatown is a tough route. You got to get in and get out of there because about 10 o'clock the tourist bus come in. And then the garment trucks come in. So you got to move to get out of there.
The Commissioner of Sanitation for New York City is Brendan Sexton.
Well, we know how to collect trash. We know how to sweep the streets. And we know how to truck trash around. We use in the city trucks and barges to move it. But I think everyone realizes that we have a problem in disposing trash in America now. And it's a lot easier to pick it up than to put it down.
Trash used to be dumped at sea, but the Supreme Court made that illegal in 1934. Today, the principal repository for the city is the Fresh Kills landfill on Staten Island. By the turn of the century, shipments to Fresh Kills will have to stop. The landfill will be full. Like many cities, New York is running out of space for trash. Fresh Kills is the largest landfill in the world. But even if it were larger, its future would be in question.
Landfilling is cheap, but all landfills leak, and they all bleed gases into the air. And now we are finally coming to grips with the fact that we have to be responsible with what we do with the trash.
The plan is to recycle part of what comes here. Most of the rest would be incinerated. But critics worry that the ash left over by such burning will be so toxic that it will be difficult to landfill. And that an incineration plant in less than perfect working order will pollute the air.
We're going to convince people as best we can that this is a sound way to handle the trash. But many will be unconvinced. We're going to convince people as best we can that it really is important for them to separate their trash so we can recycle if possible, but many will not cooperate. We're going to convince people as best we can that we'll have to go on landfilling some stuff because there's nothing else to do with it, and some people will never appreciate it or agree. But in the end, I know we will do it because the garbage is there. The garbage will win. It's out there. You can't keep it away. No matter how you turn your head, put the pillow over your head, scream and cry, the garbage is coming. Let me put it this way. America and New York will either solve the garbage crisis because we start now investing and planning and building towards an environmentally safe solution, and we'll solve it now in the next few years, or we will solve the garbage crisis 10 years from now in a panic, in hysteria, at 20 times the cost and at 20 times the environmental damage because we waited too long and we did too much harm. But we will solve it somehow.
An interesting thing about these systems, they're invisible and pretty much ignored until they break down. And of course, they do break down, especially when they're ignored. It's a vicious circle, really. But given a little public insight, not inevitably so.
Funding for NOVA is provided by Lockheed, a bold new force in systems engineering, management, and technology services for defense, space, and industry. And the Johnson & Johnson family of companies, supplying healthcare products worldwide. Major funding for NOVA is provided by the financial support of viewers like you. For a transcript of this program, send $5 to this address or call 212-227-READ.
How much trash do we generate as a people?
Gosh, about 350 million tons every year, about 4.5 pounds per person per day. Imagine what would happen in the United States if we didn't pick up the materials that are generated every day. The world shuts down.
They don't go to precision. The last thing I want to talk about are carryovers and missed pickups. How many missed pickups did we have yesterday?
20. None.
None.
0.
Good job. Anything else? That's it. That's it. Okay. Thank you guys. Be careful today.
I usually start my route, usually about 7:05. It's an island in the middle of Lake Washington called Mercer Island. Really narrow driveways, blind corners trying to come up out of driveways and going into driveways. A lot of gated driveways where you have to have a code to get into them. Yeah, I still get out of the truck at every stop, have to manually grab a hold of the can and move it to the truck and hook it onto the truck and then dump the can. I usually make probably 110 to 120 stops. And it's usually anywhere from 2 to 2.5 tons per day.
We service about 94,000 homes, and we have 3 separate routes, one dealing with garbage pickup, one dealing with recycling, and then one with yard waste and special operations. But it is a critical element of the daily operations and of the daily well-being of the community.
Well, I start at 3:30 in the morning. I get up, eat a nice breakfast, make sure I stretch, have a nice cup of coffee, get to work, 5:30, get your truck, and start your route. The first half hour is usually a little tough getting started, but once you break that half-hour point, your body pretty much gets adjusted to the next 7 hours. The next 12 tons.
I started 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
Yes, as a sanitation worker. It's a laborious job, but you talk to any of the sanitation workers and they love the job. I mean, it has great benefits. You get a 20-year retirement. Your family's always going to be taken care of. You're out sick. You know, if you don't abuse the rules, you're going to have a great 20 years. Or maybe you'll spend 50 years, like a guy like me.
Could you go run a route today if you had to?
I don't think so. I don't think I could keep up with them.
We see everything. They throw everything out.
Pretty much have to physically and mentally prepare yourself for the job. It's almost like going to the gym and working out. Yeah.
He's crazy. After all day, he does this. He goes back and he pumps weight. Yeah. Not me. After this, I go home. I go to bed.
One of the things that always struck me was that a garbage man, a sanitation man, was a garbage man, you know.
Just the sound of the word's kind of ugly.
It's not a job that a lot of people wanted. I was not proud when I was sweeping the streets in New York outside a bank I just worked in. I had my hat pulled over my head. Later on in years, when I had 4 stars on my collar and we were cleaning up after a parade in the Canyon of Heroes, I was a pretty proud guy. And I think that has grown. We never seen, in my day, we never had went back to work, back and forth to work with our uniforms on. Today, the guys just, no problem. DSNY all over the shirts, no, but back and forth. So I think the esprit de corps is much better, and I think the public's appreciation for the sanitation worker has changed over the years too.
I average anywhere between 700 and 800 customers a day. I don't know if I seem approachable. I don't know, but you know, I have a few regulars that come out and wave, and I have a lot of kids too on different days that I actually have stickers for. They just like the big truck. It moves a lot. It's like a big joystick to a video game type thing, I guess. It's got different little buttons on it or whatever. It moves different things. One's for the grabber arm to go out, and then you got to bring it back in, and you know, when you're done with the can, put it back down. And then there's two longer levers that will actually work the workbox and dump that in.
Anyone that's a consumer and sees our folks out picking up their waste knows that it's a hard job. I mean, these are guys and gals that are busting their hump every day. They know it's a hard job, and that's what people don't realize, that you know, we're the backbone of America. We're the fabric of America that keeps America running.
Ah, leque, 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 leque. Ah, leque, 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 leque. Girando, girando, girando pro lado, girando, girando, girando pro outro. Ah, leque, 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 leque. Girando, girando, girando pro lado, girando, girando, girando pro outro. No passinho do volante, quero ver o baile todo. Esse é o novo passinho, pra geral se amarrar. Ele é muito maneiro, qualquer um pode mandar. É a revelação aqui no Rio de Janeiro. Se você aprender, vai mandar o tempo inteiro. Pois nas comunidades esse passinho já estourou. Dança até titia, vovó e também vovô. Mas preste atenção, agora vou te ensinar o passinho do volante pra você também mandar. Ah, leque, 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 leque. Girando, girando, girando pro lado, girando, girando, girando pro outro. Ah, leque, 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 leque. Girando, girando, girando pro lado, girando, girando, girando pro outro. No passinho do volante, quero ver o baile todo. No passinho, no passinho, no passinho do volante. No passinho do volante, quero ver o baile todo. No passinho do volante, quero ver o baile todo. Girando, girando, girando pro lado, girando, girando, girando pro outro. Ah, leque, 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 leque. Girando, girando, girando pro lado, girando, girando, girando pro outro. No passinho do volante, quero ver o baile todo. Esse é o novo passinho, pra geral se amarrar. Ele é muito